Postman is a third-party tool which helps the developers to test our ASP.NET Core applications and also Web API controllers. That means through this tool you can make requests and read the responses and can investigate almost everything. For example, you can investigate the response headers, response body, and response status code, and you can send different types of request body. For example, you can send the form data, JSON data, or XML data, or else any type of data as request. So it gives you full control over the request and response than the browsers. So in order to work with that, you require to download and install the same on your machine. So go to postman.com. You can also search the same in Google. Easily you will find it. And download the same for Windows, depending on your operating system. So click this button, download the desktop app for Windows. And click on Windows 64-bit machine as per your operating system. And you will get that file in your downloads location and run that Postman setup file over here. So it just opens up like this. Now in order to adjust the zoom, press Ctrl+. And it asks for sign in, but optionally you can. It is not compulsory. Presently I am using Postman 9.13 version. So I suggest you to use the same version to avoid any differences. So close all these tabs and drag this towards the left to make more space. Now click on plus button to make a new tab where you can make the request. So in this text box, you can enter the URL to send a request. In our current example, when you run this project, you can see our port number that we are using right now, that is 6734. It is as per my current application. Of course, you can change that port number in the launch settings. So in your application, it may be different. So run this application and read that port number. You can use the same port number to make a request. So switch back to Postman. Enter the same URL or copy paste the URL from the Chrome with same port number and click on send button to make a request. So I just click on send. Yes, this application tool has sent a request and got the response. Here you can see the request headers and these are the response headers. This is the response body. Alright. One of the benefits of this Postman is it allows you to add your own key value pairs as request headers, where in the browser you cannot. For example, apart from this default request headers such as host, user agent, accept, etc., you can write your own key value pair here. So just click on key text box and write your own key. For example, I would like to send authorization key. You can enter anything. It is not a predefined name, but with a value. You can enter any value. For example, 101. It is just for demonstration. So assume our requirement is to read this value in our current program. So switch back to our Visual Studio. I would like to read the authorization key in the same way. So we are checking whether that authorization key exists. If exists, we are reading the same and adding the same in the response. So run this. Make sure the browser is working. Now switch to your Postman. Enter the same URL as usual. And we have added the authorization key as request header here. Now click on send. Yes, we got 200 response success. And you can see the body here, response body, is 101. So programmatically we have read that value from the request header. So the particular benefit of using the Postman over here is, in the browsers you cannot add our own custom request headers like this. But in Postman you can. But not only that, there are more benefits for Postman. For example, you can make post request, you can test your web API controllers, and many more. So as a part of the progress, we will use the Postman along the course.